Through this door is the stairway to the third floor. Our old Victorian has 3 floors. We've refinished the attic into a bedroom. The third floor is the kitty nursing home. All of our special needs cats are up here. The cat you see right here is Isis. She is 18 years old. She is completely deaf. She didn't start out deaf, but she's lost her hearing as she's aged. She was an abandonment. She and her, I guess, housemate, little sister, were left behind when my mom's downstairs neighbors moved out. They moved out and left the cats, and the 2 of them were huddled like poor little orphans by the door, and they were really, I mean, it was pitiful, really. Of course, neither I nor my husband could stand to see that, so we took both of them, Isis and Embry. Embry has since passed on, but Isis is still with us. And I'll turn around here, and we will go up the stairs to the 3rd floor. It always looks like a bomb hit it, just the way it is. And you see 4 of our cats here. The gray calico, or Cadillac calico, who's mewing at you, is Callie. She came from the farm. She broke her leg. She was a very good mouser, a very good mother as well. Had many litters of kittens because they didn't spay her. We got her spayed and brought her home after she broke her leg. We got her taken care of, and her leg healed okay, but it gives her pain, so she can't be an outside cat anymore. So she's with us. The black tortoiseshell cat that you see rubbing up against Callie is Zoe. She's one of the 2 hand-raised babies that we have in the house. She was 4 weeks old when I got her, and she was dumped. She and her 2 brothers were dumped at the farm because for some reason people think that farms need cats. So she and her 2 brothers were dumped off, and they were way too young to be without their mother, so I took them. Unfortunately, one died. The other I found a home for once he was old enough, and but Zoe I kept because she's just so cute. Down here you see this silver tabby, or blue tabby. Cece, lovey kitty. That's Cece. Cece, hi sweetheart, hi honey. Cece also came from the farm. I don't know if you can tell, but she's all sniffly. She has chronic feline rhinotrachtitis, which basically means she's always sneezing. She was born with it, which means her body doesn't recognize the infection as foreign. So she will always sneeze. Her whole life she will constantly be sneezing all the time. Over here we have Tylee. Hi sweetheart, hi Tylee. Hi honey. Yeah, you always look traumatized. Tylee I found on Penn State campus. Even though you can't see, she's missing part of her tail. She was a kitten, and part of her tail got cut off in a door. She was huddled in a pile of leaves against a set of delivery doors on Penn State campus, the building that I worked at when I was at Penn State. And I heard her crying, and of course I've got kitty radar, so I was able to home right in on her and she was all bloody and in pain. Yeah, but she's got a bit of, like the last two vertebrae of her tail, I mean, just the last vertebrae of her tail snapped off. It was caught in the door. Over here is Mercedes, or Mercedes. She's 20 years old. She was dumped at a kill pound in Georgia. Her owners had owned her her whole life, and they got too old to take care of her. And so their daughter dumped her at a kill pound, and Mark and I drove down to Georgia to pick her up. This is Repeat. Repeat and her brother Pete, whom you'll see in a few minutes, came from the farm. They were dumped off as kittens. I'll bring it up here. And there's Pete. So we have Pete and Repeat. Repeat got very sick. There she is. There's Pete and Repeat. Repeat got very sick when she was about 4 years old, and she never completely recovered. She's another sniffly kitty like Cece is. But she's very, very loving. She's hugs time kitty. She always wants hugs and wants you to pick her up and be on your shoulder and stuff. Pete is Repeat's brother. He is completely deaf. He survived some kind of neurological toxin. He can't jump or run or move very quickly. He'll fall over, but he can walk now, which is better. But whatever neurotoxin he ingested took his hearing, so he's completely deaf as well, and he's up here all the time. Here's Pippin, darling Pippin. He also came from Georgia. He is an upstairs-downstairs cat. You can tell because he has a collar on. That means that he can go downstairs during the day, but he comes up at night. He's about 7 months old, and he is just a doll. Here is Yuki. Yuki of the different colored eyes, which you can't really tell. Yuki is about 9 years old. We found him as a kitten in Beach Creek, Pennsylvania. Something had happened to him. His mouth and face was all bloody. And he was a little kitten crying. And of course, again, kitten radar, we heard the cries. And it took us a half hour, but we finally caught him. And he's up here now because he can't be downstairs anymore. Something happened with him where he just doesn't want to be down anymore. He's afraid of it down there. And every time he's down there, he hides. So we have him up here. And then, I don't want her to move. Crud. Mark will get her. My pride and joy. My blue Maine Coon. Acacia. Acacia's 12. She was in not an abandonment case, but she was a neglect case. No, Pippin, you're playing with that. A neglect case. She was locked in a basement for 3 years. I got her for the cost of tanks of gas to Boston. My friend found out about her and rescued her. And she, as you can tell, she's not extremely friendly. And she needs a little bit of grooming. But she's my pride and joy. She's beautiful. She's just absolutely lovely. And she can be very friendly when she wants to be. And I think that's all the cats up here. There's 9 cats up here permanently, and 4 others that come in and out that are upstairs, downstairs cats. But of those 9, they never leave this room. And that's the kitty nursing home.